Well, hello everyone. Remember how oh, wait, hold on. Good, that is recording. Remember how a week or two ago I said Warframe was having a contest and that for those who uploaded a I'm gonna brain fart. Like Blood Raptor, for those who had a Warframe idea, they'd put their stuff up here. Blood God damn it, I'm so out of it. Blood Raptor's personal art from his DeviantArt. I think he told me he's Blood Raptor. And then they worked out a full-fledged description here. You were supposed to vote on them. Here you got 10 votes. Sadly, Anubis wasn't going to win because, as I'd like to say, it's an American problem, but it's not. It's more of a internet problem. No one's willing to go back 14 pages to see something really good. You know, they'll go to page 1, find something they want, vote on it, and then that's it. They won't even bother. They're like, oh, well, because there's 14 pages here, or 13, or fucking like 28. How many pages are here? There's 24 pages. I haven't even looked back this far. Um, but that's an internet thing. That's a lack of patience thing. So when I saw he wasn't gonna win, I was like, all right. So I wasn't really upset when I heard he wasn't in the finals. And here you can see, first one has 40 upvotes. Second one has 15. Then we got 18, 35. So, people came to the front. They just voted on whatever. This one's got 13. What really pissed me off was when we came to the voting themselves. The developers, they didn't care for what we wanted. The point of this whole page, this whole post for the design council, was to put their ideas there, full-fledged or not, which they were supposed to be full-fledged, and a lot of them weren't and aren't, which is a problem. These were supposed to be full-fledged ideas, and we were supposed to vote on them. And from these votings, the developers were going to take the top 5 and have us vote on the top 5. What ended up happening was the developers took their favorite ideas out of what's here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They took 13 posts, and mind you, these aren't the best posts. And I'm sorry if this is your post, but I'm very mad at the process that's happened. It's got 6 upvotes, so clearly not everyone thought it was a good idea. Earth Tank Frame. I've read some of this. I'll get into it in a second. I'm too mad at something. The developers took what they liked and not what we liked as voters, and they said, well, these are your next 5 Warframes, what we think is good. So the whole voting process here was pointless. It was just for the developers to get their next batch of ideas, and not even it's not even one solid idea. 3 of these are the same frame. 5 of them are the same. So I'm very furious about this because I've been saying for months, wow, these game makers really care about their fans. They really care about what we think. And this time they didn't. They didn't care what we thought. They just totally canned our opinions on our voting. That's based off of our voting and our votes not counting. So, and you can read here. It's very short, just saying, yeah, we picked what we liked. So, we have Berserker. From what I've read, it's exactly what it sounds like. He's going to have a lot of extremely offensive moves. And one of the posts had a super that said it was all the powers combined, and I'm like, well, that sounds like shit. That's what that person who wrote is suggesting. But mind you, it's a post that was as big as this post here that I'm highlighting. It was not a full-fledged idea, and I don't like that they brought it in here. Hawk is from a few different ones. It's from the idea of having a Warframe that could move across the map really quickly. Now, someone took a picture from Metal Gear 4, I think, and used that, and I was like, well, that's great, because, I love... It made me mad, because we had things like, what I showed before, Anubis, which is a full-fledged idea, with amazing artwork that went by. It wasn't like, hey, look at this game that kind of looks like what I'm talking about. So I don't like Hawk so much. Someone drew art for Hawk. It looks all right. Um, I give it to them for drawing their idea. I really do appreciate that. Better than what's going on. The idea wasn't full-fledged though in the post, but the artwork was all right. It definitely felt more like a Tenno than fucking Vauban does, where we got a Corpus right here. He's a Corpus. He's a guy in a spacesuit with a helmet. That's Corpus. That's not Tenno. Tenno are. Well, just look. All right, that didn't work out though. Oh yeah, just look. That's not a suit. Not a suit like Corpus, and Vauban is a suit like Corpus. So I mean, what the artist, the person who drew the Hawk idea, it's much better than Vauban. And Vauban really, visually, is a piece of shit. His back looks cool, and his moves seem really cool. Um, I don't approve of anything else about it. So that's the first two. Not good. Then we got Necro. It's all about, controlling dead things, I'm sure. I didn't read it, because it's exactly what I talked about in my last video. This kid just fucking took a picture from Mass Effect 3 and used it, and he's like, here, this is what I'm thinking about. And I'm like, no. I feel like, I almost feel like D found my video, and they're like, we'll pick this one, just because someone made a point of it. That would be outrageous, though, so I highly doubt that. But because of that, I don't like Necro. So there we go. Top 3, garbage. Then we have Earth, which were like 15 of these posts, which there's only 13, so that's amazing. And 15 of these here out of the 13 are. Now it's like 5 of these are about the Earth Warframe. People have been calling them Earth Tank, Earth Berserker, I think. I like the idea more. Now, we got like this one's Earth, this one of these are Earth. There's a few different ideas, so it's not fair because they didn't care for what we thought were good. They just said, "Hey, this is a good idea." It is a good idea though, which is the most aggravating part because it fits the whole, which was like what the first person posted about. It fits the elemental thing. We got electricity, we got ice, sound, which isn't really an element. It's more of a sense. I guess you see as wind, but wind isn't really an element, is it? So I like Earth. Then there's matter, antimatter. And I'm actually going to cut the recording right now. Alright, well, I'm back. First of all, fuck you. This made me mad. And I can say this on YouTube without... And it's got 45 upvotes. It really pisses me. What page is this on? See, this looked cool, too. This touched my fancy on certain things. See, look, it's on page 3, so of course it got like fucking 45 votes. Alright, so here we go. Earth Tank Frame. In keeping with the elemental theme of preceding frames, Ember, Frost. Oh, I forgot about Frost. I mean Ember. This would add another durable frame to the roster. Earth can work in a capacity as support. I'm not going to read anything that's parentheses in it, just because you typically don't read them off. Personal defense or offense. The range of options reflects the flexibility of the other frames to adapt to the situations and could open up further depths for player skills and teamwork. Thank you. So, it's not a full-fledged idea. It's not a full-fledged idea. So then we have another Earth or Nature Warframe. There was also an Eden one, but that was more like nature. What is this? Oh, a picture! That doesn't look so bad, to tell you the truth. It gives a little bit of an idea. I kind of like the samurai-esque look to the, of course, it's not amazing, but I like the samurai-esque look to the that's shit. I can't think. Well, kudos to that. Okay. Of the 5 elements of lore, Earth or nature brings the most balance to the world. This Warframe, tapping into the elements of nature in its brethren, channels the power of Earth and nature to bring balance to the battlefield. It helps to strengthen its brethren by using its powers to weaken the enemy which surrounds them. This Warframe could be a support frame, being there to support the squad against a large group of enemies, making it weaker against singular units. This means that for co-op, it could be very useful, but in solo, the player will have to be more creative in using its abilities to the fullest. Okay, so again, this isn't a full idea, which is fine. But basically, what this kid's describing is a reskin for Frost. So yeah, it's just a big reskin from Frost. But it's a good idea. It's better than the fucking top three. So that's Earth. I kind of like Earth. I'm not going to vote for it though, because we have plenty of those, and it's 15 split ideas. Here's Antimatter with 19 votes. Probably the most deserving of its 19 votes out of these. Necron's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. That really made me mad. So here's Antimatter, Annihilator Warframe. Now I haven't even read all this. The Tenno operate under a warrior's code, with influences of Eastern philosophy in their design and representation. The Tao, as described by that in the Tao Te Ching, is eternally nameless, beyond temporal description. What better way to decipher a concept in a sci-fi setting than with antimatter? The opposite of matter, antimatter is the venerable yang to matter's yang. This frame would specialize in the high energy yield of antimatter between the two, resulting in immense destructive power. The skill set could operate in a tag and nuke faction. Okay. With some skills tagging enemies, followed by another to create an explosive, volatile interaction. This reminds me of something. It's a one of the psychic, for lack of a better term, people in Mass Effect. You tag them, you make them like glow kind of, then you shoot another power at them and they explode like crazy. That sounds exactly like that power in Mass Effect, if you know what I'm talking about. I believe this concept suits Warframe very well due to its Eastern tone represented in science fiction manner. Also, it's all the more fitting, as a mysterious substance such as antimatter would be right at home in the mysterious Tenno. Okay. I do agree with what this guy's saying, but once again, this is not a full-fledged idea. This is half an idea. Just like most of these posts, which I understand some of their set, yeah, there's like a bunch of ideas, but there were full-fledged ideas in the voting, and that's why they had most of the votes, except for Necron. That's a piece of shit. And I'm real sorry about that. I don't care how that's responded to, though. I really hate Necron, just because there's no fucking you don't say I'm reflecting this to a game. Well, that's what this is doing too. It's saying this is a good idea. I've seen this in a video game. Pretty much. I mean, tag and nuke. That's nothing too far out. I mean, you could do that with Frost. You tag them with the first ability because the first ability sucks and it takes a lot of precision, and then you can nuke them with the second ability. So again, we have another Frost kind of. So out of the cream of the crop, we got shit. We got fucked over here. We didn't get what we deserved here in the voting. There were a lot of ideas. There were other ideas before I found the Anubis frame that I thought, oh wow, this sounds good. This looks good. They really put a lot of thought into this. But I wanted something that looked good, also that had full-fledged ideas, and that was Anubis for me. But I'm not harping on that. What I'm really harping on is that this isn't what we voted for, and this isn't what these contests are supposed to be. They're not supposed to be ideas for giving the company ideas to make a new Warframe. They're supposed to be us presenting our idea, and it's our idea solely. And I'm gonna open this last one actually, and I can see how some of that problem is that no one listened to the post. No one put a full-fledged idea out. Now, I am curious to see if they're taking that. Oh, it's the lock topic, so it is the frame one. So we kind of got, we kind of got screwed over, but that's because the design council kind of screwed themselves over by not doing what we were supposed to be doing. Now, you can imagine This is going to end in me picking one of these, right? Unhappily picking one of these. Give me a second. Alright, I came back. I like Earth. I like some things about it. What I don't like is that no one voted for the fucking idea. Because it was 5 separate ideas and because no one listened to what they were supposed to do. But I do agree it fits with what's been going on, even though out of the few I've read for you, it's just Frost again. I also like matter and antimatter. Even though it's not an idea, it's a thought. It's not an idea, it's not a proposal. Um, I do like what he stated about the yin and yang thing, because the original ideology behind Dark Sector, which eventually became Warframe, was that you would run assault bases, and at any moment you can take your sword off your back and chop someone in half, which is a very samurai-esque looking at things, which is exactly what that person wrote. I did like the idea of matter antimatter powers to begin with, and that's why I settled for Anubis on the power idea, because it was supposed to work off of Orokin reactors, and that went into the antimatter area. So, we got two. I don't like either of them. I don't like the top three above. They're worse. I need to vote for one, or else I'll feel like a dickhead. I got a coin. I got a coin here. Because I don't know how to pick for these. I'm too pissed off that the developers screwed us over. And it's not just Rebecca. Developer Rebecca is kind of like just this big spokesperson. So we get a coin. I got a nickel. It's an American nickel. I don't know if other countries have called them nickels. It's an American 5-piece, and it's 2001. That may be a bad omen. So, heads, Earth. I don't know if I feel about that, actually. Heads, Earth. Tails, antimatter. What did I get? Oh, I got tails. Interesting. Vote. And let's see who's winning the poll. Wow. I'm kind of glad that matter antimatter is winning more. Nickel. I'll keep that nickel. I may eBay that just for fun for you guys. Not really eBay it. I may give it away at some point. Wow. If Necro wins, I'm gonna fucking curse my brains out. But antimatter. I'm surprised Earth isn't getting more votes. That kind of pisses me off, actually. You know, these votes, they're much different than I thought they were going to be. I could have swore that they would have went downward in a triangle formation, where you'd be the least votes at the top, more and more at the bottom. The Hawk one sounded fun. I liked Hawk, but what I didn't like about it was it wasn't the whole idea, and it didn't really fit the whole Warframe. So here comes the next problem. They're going to make one of these things. One of these is going to win. More people are going to vote. I'm surprised we have so many goddamn developers. I mean, design council people. Look at these fucking numbers. That's a lot of people that put money into the Foundry program. So here's the next problem. It's got to look like a 10-0. No fucking corpus. So that's an update for everyone who isn't in the design council. Boom. 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 That's what I was watching. I guess I'll leave you with this. I don't know how much this is still recording. I don't even know if I should do my end spiel. Like, favorite, and subscribe if you'd enjoyed this. We here at NicBroInc try to bring you what you deserve in video games. If you don't like it, go ahead, tell me you don't like how rude I am. I'm rude. Bye-bye.